We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle. Today, baseball. I will mention we will not be able to talk about two games because, unfortunately, some games started early today. The Cubs and the Pirates started at 12:30. That one's already 4-3 in the second inning. And then in about 3 minutes, the Reds-Cardinals game will start. So we're not going to do anything with that as well because we don't have the time for that. So we've got 13 games up on the docket for today, and hopefully we can have a good day. Unfortunately, our three-day winning streak comes to an end last night. Unfortunately, just a couple of things that just didn't go my way. It is what it is. We'll start off with all the losers, and wow, there's a lot of player prop losers last night, which player props have been one of the things that have been more profitable for me lately. Nicholas Kurtz did not get his bases. Soto had a base hit in the first inning. That's it. I had Cam Schlittler under his strikeouts of 5.5. He got 6. So, of course, that didn't work out. The Royals got blown out. Bobby Witt didn't get his bases. Eugenio Suarez didn't get his bases, which is really annoying because the Mariners scored 10 runs last night, and he went 0 for 5. So that was frustrating. Nolan Arenado had a sac fly, but no bases. Rockies were a loser. And Dodger run line. The Dodgers that were up 4-0. Yeah, they go and they blow it. I think it said something about Ohtani having a home run, and he had 5 no-hit innings, and then they still lose the game. I'm beginning to think that the Dodgers aren't as good as we think we are. I think they are. The winners yesterday were the Guardians on the money line. That was a winner in extra innings. And thank you for it going to extra innings because a double in the top of the 10th by J-Ram gets me my total bases for him. That was nice. Athletics money line was a winner. The New York Mets money line was a winner. Freddie Peralta over his strikeouts was a winner. The Baltimore Orioles were a winner. And finally, Teoscar Hernandez over his bases was a winner. Unfortunately, we were down a little bit yesterday. I think it was down like a unit yesterday, 1.5 maybe. But we'll try to capture back that winning streak that ended yesterday, and we'll go from there. To the YouTube chat, good luck today, ESPN chat. Thank you for the show, my brother. On my way to MLB. On way too much MLB than I should be today. Fair enough. And then S. Daniels, which I appreciate you following the TikTok, is asking, do you like the Blue Jays today? Here's the deal. I have not capped that game yet. We capped the games together. So I have not looked at any of the MLB yet for today. We will look that over. So we'll go in order. That's the 6th game in the list. So today's card will go from the Orioles game, Giants game, Braves game, Guardians, Athletics, Blue Jays, Padres, Angels, Yankees, Mariners, Rangers, Marlins, and then the Philly Dodger game will be last. We go in time order, and we go from there. So we will get to your game. I have not capped it yet, so I don't know what I'm on yet. So there we go. But we will go ahead and start in the MLB, obviously, because there's nothing else today besides WNBA playoffs, which I haven't bet WNBA in a while. We've got the Baltimore Orioles and the Chicago White Sox in this barn burner of a matchup. Wells versus Perez. Wells has pitched all of twice this year to a 2.31 ERA, which whoop-de-doo. He's pitched all of 11 2/3 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, and a walk. So he has looked good, but not anything that I'm going to go after. On the opposite side, you got Martin Perez, 4 starts this year. Only 4 starts? No, he's made a lot more than 4 starts this year. He's made 10 starts this year. He's been all right. I'm going to give him the pitching advantage just because we've seen a little bit more from him, but there's not really anything special with either one of these guys. You've got Baltimore up against a lefty, which Baltimore against lefties are not particularly great. 88 WRC plus. Chicago White Sox against righties are 86 WRC plus. So the Orioles have the hitting advantage in this one, pitching advantage. White Sox were split down the middle. And we'll go look at the line movement in this one. Here we go. Not really a whole lot of line movement. It's moved all of 3 cents, so not going to go anything crazy. It's going to be a pass on this game. We'll go quickly look at player props, but I doubt any of them has really seen anybody yet this year. And we'll go from there, or not this year, but in general. Okay, right? Let's look. Matchups. Yeah, the only players that have really seen it, Benintendi's faced off against Wells 9 times. He's 1 for 9. And Mountcastle's 1 for 10 against Perez with a home run. But no, nothing I'm going to go after. Michael is asking Cubs or Pirates. That game is 4-3 in the second inning, so I'm going to say the over. I didn't cap the game because I didn't do it. Trade Hampton for Jordan Mason straight up. I'll be completely honest with you. I have not a clue. I don't know fantasy football like that. So honestly, I have not a clue. Not a clue. Over to the YouTube chat. Morning, Timmy. Morning, Untouchable. Happy Gavin Day. Nerfy first 5. I like it. I know I'm going to probably go after Gavin today. Yes. Nerfy for Baltimore and Chicago. Yeah, sure. Why not? Nerfies were trash yesterday. Time for a bounce back. Fair. This one's going to have playoff implications because we didn't mention playoffs for the last 2 because the White Sox were already eliminated and the Orioles are not too far behind from getting eliminated. Now we've got the Giants and the Diamondbacks. Both of them in the wild card hunt, although the Giants have fallen back just a tad. They're now 3 games back. Arizona's still a game and a half back of the Mets. Arizona has won 4 straight games. All of a sudden, they're back in this thing. It's a pick 'em here with a total of 9. We've got Justin Verlander taking on Brandon Pfaadt. Verlander this year has pitched in 26 games. He's a 3-10 record with a 3.94 ERA, 134 2/3 innings pitched, 59 earned runs, 46 walks, and 124 strikeouts. We'll quickly look at his last 4 games. In his last 4 games, across 24 innings, he's allowed 3 earned runs. Verlander's looked really good down the stretch. On the opposite side, you got P. Fatty, who, since, of course, he signed his contract, has not been good this year. 5.31 ERA in 30 starts with a 13-8 record. 157 2/3 innings pitched, 93 earned runs, 32 walks, 131 strikeouts. He just hasn't been up to the standard that they want him to be. I will say the Giants will have the hitting advantage in this one, pitching advantage. Arizona will have the hitting advantage, though, 112 WRC plus for them compared to the Giants, who are sitting at 105. So not too far behind. So pretty close with that. We'll go ahead and look at the line movement on DK, where we haven't had a whole lot. It opened up at 112 Arizona. It's down to 109. Not really anything crazy there. We'll look at the money splits because that's going to be important too. It's 50-50 down the middle. It's going to be a pass for me. I kind of want to go I want to find something with Verlander because Arizona's good at hitting 21%. No, I'm gonna end up passing on this one. Nothing I'm gonna get involved for pitching. Let's quickly look up the hitting stats and go from there. Corbin Carroll is 2 for 10, but has 2 home runs versus Verlander, which is very interesting. Willie Adames is 3 for 5 with a home run and 5 RBIs. And Cost has a grand slam against him too. I want to look up Willie Adames. What is Adames doing today? Total bases for Mr. Adames. Plus 105. We're gonna start off our day. Willie Adames over his total bases. Willie Adames over 1.5 total bases. And that's at plus 105. Bryce Hall and Sutton for Chase Brown. Okay. I don't know. I'm talking baseball right now, but I have not a clue anything with. I'm not the right person to ask for college football advice. I don't know college football well enough to give you advice, especially with money involved. So, I'm going to say for all NFL player fantasy stuff, I don't know. Sorry. I mean, that's not where I'm specialized in. What's up, Twin? What's up, Drewski? We're keeping an eye on that race. Royals 7 games back now, so we're getting close to clinching that money right there. So there we go. O's smash. They should. Giants money line. I would like the Giants to win today, but I'm not going to trust them. The Diamondbacks have been red hot as of late. So let's keep on rolling. We got the Atlanta Braves and the Washington Nationals. We got Waldrip taking on Lord. The Braves are minus 150, total of 8.5. Waldrip this year has been really good since coming to Atlanta. And although he is coming off of his worst start, which was 8 earned runs against the Houston Astros. Previous to that, he allowed 2 earned runs or less in all of his starts. I would list off his stats, but Covers is being stupid with that. So it's only showing 2 starts on his thing. So can't really go and look at stats for him. He will have the pitching advantage over Brad Lord, though. Although Lord has looked good because he did start off as a reliever. He is now a starter. He has looked good. Although he has had a couple of rocky starts, but when you're a reliever and then you go to a starting role, you're going to have a couple of those. 45 appearances, 16 starts, a 5-8 record with a 4.21 ERA, 115 in the third innings pitched, 54 runs, 39 walks, 96 strikeouts. I'm going to give the pitching advantage to Waldrip. He's just looked better. Hitting advantage, both of them are righties. We got the Atlanta Braves hitting 99 WRC plus. You got the Washington Nationals also hitting 99 WRC plus. So you've got that going for them. In terms of line movement, line's moving towards Washington. So that's a little bit interesting to see. It's only 5 cents, but let's see what the money's doing. We're actually going to grab the Washington Nationals here today. We're going to grab the Nationals on the money line. I believe they were swept in the doubleheader yesterday. Yeah, if you guys grab the Braves run line, both games of the doubleheader, you did well. I personally did not, but that's beyond the point. I'm taking the Nationals. I'm not going to grab any pitching props. We'll quickly look at hitting, but although Waldrip and Lord, I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of stats behind it. Although they have played in division before, so maybe. No, nothing of significance that I would want to be like, oh, got to jump after that guy. No. Albies is 2 for 3. Drake Baldwin's 1 for 2. Like it's nothing. So no hitter props, but we will be taking the Washington Nationals on the money line. Off topic, but who is ECU? Who is the next ECU pitching star? In terms of who's at ECU that I think could do it, or who is in the minor leagues, or what do you mean by that? Let me know, because I know when what are we doing with ECU pitching? Sean Jenkins is going to be a stud. He was a freshman last year. He was a year early freshman last year, so I'm excited to see what he's got in his true freshman year. So I'm excited to see what he's got. But other than that, there isn't really any and there's no Maria Savages coming up yet. There's no Gavin Williams or Carson Wisenhunts. So not anything with that. Real quick, Joe in the TikTok chat, I'm going to answer this one the same way I answer all of them. I don't know NFL fantasy football like that. I cannot help you with that. I bet sides and totals. I'll bet a player prop every so often. I don't know fantasy football like that, so I'm not the right person to ask. I apologize. Braves money line. I'm on the Nationals. Lord and Jesus starting today. Thank the heavens. Oh, is Jesus Lizard pitching today? Jesus Lizard. Jesus and Lord are pitching today. I love it. Well, then we have to go the heavenly parlay of Phillies and Nationals. So untouchable. We just have to do it. Godlike. Anyways, Nerfy first. I'm gonna get canceled. Nerfy in first 5 for the Nationals game. Sure. What's up, Robert? What's the theme for this game, Robert? I'm thinking of picking the Falcons or Chiefs for next Survivor. My Survivor is dead. Because I had the Dolphins as my Survivor pick. That did not work out. Preseason hockey coming soon, Robert. I will be betting hockey when it comes to regular season. I don't do that preseason stuff. Yes, hockey is almost back. College player to make it to the big leagues. Sean Jenkins would be my best guy. It would be the next guy that could see it. ECU's got a couple of high school recruits that could be pretty solid. There's a kid that's touching 96, 97 that I think could be a really good one. I don't remember his name, but he just committed out of high school. We'll see. It's Catholic University Day at National. You're joking. You mean Lord is pitching at Catholic University Day at Nationals Park? Oh, my God. I need a Yesavage-Williams matchup before the MLB regular season ends, but not sure if they face each other. I don't think they do. I'm looking it up now. Can I just look it up? Upcoming games? They do not. Unfortunately, they do not. That would be cool. I have a feeling I really want to see a Gavin versus Yesavage matchup next year. And the only way that we could really see that is playoffs, but I don't see the Cleveland Guardians making the playoffs. B, I don't know if Yesavage makes a start in the playoffs. Giants upset the Chiefs this Sunday. What? There's no way the Chiefs start 0-3. It's Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, no, I probably will end up being on the Giants as well. Just got offered McConkey. No, dude, okay. I don't know fantasy football. Anyways, Robert knows all the theme nights. He does know all the theme nights. It's kind of crazy. I just had surgery this morning. Tonsils removed. That's rough, dude. That's rough. Speaking of Gavin, let's head over to the Guardians and the Tigers. The Tigers are minus 145 with a total of 8. We got Gavin Williams and Jack Flaherty. Gavin Williams out of the East Carolina Pirates University. 29 starts this year, 10-5 record with a 3.16 ERA. He's finally having that breakout year that we've been waiting for, and it's really good to see. 156 and 2/3 innings pitched, 55 earned runs, 79 walks, 152 strikeouts. And he's going to have the pitching advantage over Jack Flaherty, who has not been great all year. He has a 4.71 ERA, so he has just not looked not what the Tigers have wanted this year. 29 starts, an 8-13 record with a 4.69 ERA, 151 and 2/3 innings pitched, 79 earned runs, and 178 strikeouts. So he has looked okay. His strikeout numbers are still up, but Gavin Williams, 100% pitching advantage in this one. And then we look at hitting, which I can guarantee you will be the Detroit Tigers, because the Tigers are hitting 100 WRC plus, and the Cleveland Guardians suck at 88 WRC plus. So it's going to be split down the middle for this one. We go and we look at line movement, where let's go look at this. The line is moved towards the Guardians because this line opened up in the 175 area and it's dropped to 150. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on Cleveland here, and I'm gonna jump on my boy. Pause. I'm gonna bet on Gavin Williams over his strikeouts. we're going to, because the line makes sense. Yeah, yep, 100%. We're going to grab Gavin Williams strikeouts at over 5.5 at plus 105. Guardians and Gavin. There you go. First 5, yes. Flaherty and Williams is over 8. Why is it an over? Flaherty, yes. Gavin, no. I don't understand the over for Gavin. If you're able to kind of let me know why over for Gavin. Over for Flaherty, yes, though. But we'll keep on rolling. We got the Athletics and the Red Sox. The Athletics were a nice little plus money winner for me last night. But they got Bennett taking on Lucas Giolito. Bennett has pitched 3 games this year, a 1-1 record with an 8.53 ERA. He's allowed 12 earned runs in 12 innings, so he has not been great. He is coming off of an outing against the Boston Red Sox where he went 3 earned runs, 7 hits, in 3 2/3 innings pitched with 4 strikeouts. So not anything great. Let's see if there's a strikeout. There is. I want to over-under in strikeouts because that could be interesting. His under 3.5 is at plus money. I'm intrigued. But on the opposite side, you got Lucas Giolito, who has pitched 24 times this year to a 10-4 record with a 3.31 ERA, 136 innings pitched, 50 earned runs, 47 walks, and 113 strikeouts. Lucas Giolito, 100% with the pitching advantage in this one. Hitting advantage, I wouldn't be surprised. Athletics have the hitting advantage here, 107 to 102 WRC+. So it's going to be split down the middle. Let's go ahead and take a look at where the line is moving. The line is moving, shocker, to the Athletics, which is very interesting with all the money coming on the Red Sox, and we're going to go after the Athletics again. Athletics money line, and we'll go take a look to see if there's any player props we're going to like from this game. But we've got Athletics. We're going to jump on that. No interest in any player props. Although Shane Langoliers could be interesting. He's 1-for-1 against this pitcher, but not anything I'm gonna go crazy with. So I'm just gonna grab the Athletics on the money line in this one. Brady sings. Okay. I look at the chat in between games. I don't reject you, and I will read your comments. Sometimes you got to be a little bit patient because I'm going over the games. When it comes to it, Brady Singer's already playing, so I don't know what you really want me to say. He's already through an inning, or he's pitching in the bottom half of the inning right now. So what are you asking? Over strikeouts, the game started 20 minutes ago. Even if you wanted to bet it, I don't think you can anymore. Not ESB. He was talking about fantasy football offer. I told him no. Okay, yeah. Hey, if anybody in the chat knows fantasy football and wants to relay back and forth, perfect. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about fantasy football. Hey, Alec Burleson, let's go. Love my Pirates. Anyways, if anybody in the chat if you guys want to talk over it, cool. Because I personally don't know fantasy football that well like that. So. But we're going to grab the Athletics. Anyways, to the chat over here, it's Gavin Day, Guardians money line. That's all you need to know. Love it. Red Sox smash. I'm going to be on the opposite side. Yeah, Gavin, not bad. 10-5 record. Do you know how much I care about the record? Zippo. Absolutely none. NHL is Saturday. It's not regular season, so I'm not going to do it. Jets money line. There's no way the Bucks lose at home this week. No, there's plenty of ways. The Jets suck. Barnett's only pitched 3 times this year, so I'm not going to be overly crazy with how he looks. So I need the return of Wilson. That'd be nice. Red Sox -1. I'm on the opposite side. Carson Wentz starting for the Vikings. I like the Vikings next week. Am I crazy? All right, Robert, am I crazy to say I don't think it's a downgrade from J.J. McCarthy? I don't. You covered the D-games back. D-backs game. Yes, I passed on the game. I took Willie Adames over his bases. Any over under any in the MLB so far? Not for games in general, but I took the over Gavin Williams strikeouts, and I took Adames over his bases, if that helps at all. Jets are terrible. They are terrible. I agree. Who's starting for the Bengals? That would be Jake Browning. And then I like the Vikings this Sunday. I like the Vikings, and I like the over in that game. But anyways, we'll talk about football on Saturday. We'll talk the Blue Jays and the Rays now. The Blue Jays are minus 130 with a total of 7.5. Gausman against Seymour. Gausman so far this year, 29 starts, 10-10 record with a 3.44 ERA, 177 and 2/3 innings pitched, 68 earned runs, 43 walks, 171 strikeouts. He looks good. He's been a consistent part of that bullpen. On the opposite side, you got Seymour, who has pitched all of. Wow, they don't have any. Why are they telling me different? Why are they giving me hitting stats for Seymour? All right, over to the MLB to take a look to see at Seymour's stats because they won't actually give me his stats there. 3-2 record with a 2.95 ERA and 16 appearances, 3 starts, 42 and 1/3 innings and 2/3 innings pitched, 52 earned run, 52 strikeouts, and a 1.11 WHIP. So pitching advantage is going to go towards Kevin Gausman. Gausman's been better as of late, anyways. On the opposite, and then we look at pitching, where the Toronto Blue Jays are going to go up against a lefty. Against lefties, the Toronto Blue Jays have 114 WRC+, which is number 3 in baseball. The Rays against righties are hitting 104, so hitting and pitching advantage both over the border. Then we go and look at line movement in this one, where the line's moving towards the Toronto Blue Jays. And with the money coming in the way it is, makes sense. We'll go ahead and we'll grab the Jays. We'll grab the Jays on the run line here and roll with that. So Jays minus 1.5 in this one. And then in terms of player props, let's go look at player props for the Jays. I know Ernie Clement's been pretty good lately. But Yandy Diaz could be an interesting. Nobody on Toronto's faced Seymour yet. Yandy Diaz is 5 for 10 with a home run versus Gausman. Even though I'm on the Jays, I'm going to take Yandy Diaz over his bases. Just because I feel like that's when somebody's 5 for 10 against somebody, I'm gonna bet them. So let's take that too. And total bases, batting prop. Let's see what we can get for. Let's see what we can grab for Yandy Diaz. Plus 130. I know I'm on the Jays run line, but Yandy Diaz over his bases as well. Rays plus 1.5. No, I'm on the Jays. What about the under? I could see an under in the game. I could. Jays are hot. Dude, the Jays have been great all year. I was wrong about them. So every time I see Seymour, it reminds me of Simpson Skinner. The Simpson Skinner. Oh, the principal. Or Seymour Butts. Ha ha. Or the legend from the opening weekend last year in the Mets game, Seymour Wieners. As an actual guy of the salute to service was Seymour Wieners. But anyways, no more penis talk. Let's speaking of the Mets, let's go and talk the Mets and the Padres. We got Nick Pivetta taking on David Peterson. I will say I've been a big advocate to Nick Pivetta has been having an amazing year. He's just been really, really good. And it's under the radar because 29 starts, a 13-5 record with a 2.73 ERA, 171 and 1/3 innings pitched, 52 earned runs, 44 walks, 180 strikeouts. He's a guy that he's going to go in there. He's going to give you 6 to 7 innings every single start. He's going to allow up 2 or less besides the 1 start in his last 10 where he allowed 5 up to the Red Sox. Still went 6 innings. I I just see him going 6 innings here. He's going to let up 2 runs, and he's going to do his job, and that's all you can ask for if you're the Padres. And he's been awesome all year. I will give him the pitching advantage over David Peterson. David Peterson has been awesome as well. 28 starts, 9-5 record, a 3.77 ERA, 162 and a third innings pitched, 68 earned runs, 59 walks, and 148 strikeouts. So even though Peterson's been awesome, pitching advantages towards Nick Pivetta. Hitting stats, the San Diego Padres versus lefties are not that good. 93 WRC plus compared to the New York Mets, who are currently number 1 against right-handed pitching at 119 WRC plus. So he has been, the Mets have been hitting righties really, really well this year. And I think it continues. I could see them hitting Pivetta, but I mean, you know my opinion on him. We'll go, it's split down the middle. Pitching advantage San Diego, hitting advantage Mets. Line opened up at 112. It's up in the 120s now. So the line has moved towards the Mets. And that's with most of the money the right way coming on the Mets. I will be back on the Mets today. Mets money line. We'll go ahead and take a look if any. I want to say probably Soto's probably has good numbers off of Pivetta because I know he faced him a lot last year. Let's see. Alonso doesn't. Martin. Soto, 267 average, 1 home run against him. You know who has good numbers versus Nick Pivetta? Cedric Mullins. I think I might have to bet Cedric Mullins today. That is crazy. Oh, also, McNeil's batting 5 for 10. I think I'm going to – I know this is going to sound crazy. I'm going to grab Mullins over his bases. And I'm gonna grab McNeil over 1.5 total bases. Cedric Mullins and Jeff McNeil. We're gonna go ahead and look at what the stats are for them. I know it sounds crazy saying Cedric Mullins props. Jeff McNeil plus 180. And do we have a prop for Cedric Mullins? Plus 220 for Cedric Mullins. He hit the home run yesterday. I think that could be the start of something for him. So let's take some shots with those two guys. Nerfy. A Mets money line. Padres can't hit. Good price for the Mets. Everything past 150 for the Mets is tricky. True. Whenever I tailor your bets, I lose. Then here's the case: don't bet them. Don't bet my plays. Then you're my bad luck. Then don't bet my plays if they constantly lose. That's my advice to you. I feel like that's fair. Let's keep on rolling. We're gonna go and look at the Angels and the Brewers. The Brewers are minus 240 with a total of 7.5. We got Soriano against Woodruff. Soriano has been very, very consistent this year with the Angels. 30 starts, so he's made every single one of his starts so far this year. 10-10 record, 4.13 ERA, 167 and 2/3 innings pitched, 77 earned runs, 76 walks, and 152 strikeouts. I mean, he's been solid all year. On the opposites, obviously, I'm going to have to give the pitching advantage to Woodruff. But this is... I mean, he's been real. Soriano's been good. Woodruff, 11 starts, a 3.32 record, 3.32 ERA, and 59 and 2/3 innings pitched, 22 earned runs, 14 walks, 74 strikeouts. He's just the better pitcher. I wanted to give Soriano the pitching advantage, couldn't do it. So Milwaukee pitching advantage. Milwaukee's got the hitting advantage too. That's going to be 109 WRC plus for the Brewers compared to 92 for the Angels. So you've got the hitting and pitching advantage both on Milwaukee. We look at line movement where line's gone from 208 or 200 to 240. Makes sense if all the money's coming in on them. Let's see. All the money's coming in on them. Yeah. I'm not going to take it just because I'm not going to. That's just not really a spot that I feel the need to get involved with. But that's going to be a pass on those. We're going to go ahead and look at player props real quick, although I doubt anybody's actually faced any of these guys. Considering that these two teams are in way different divisions. Moncada is 3 for 9 with a home run against Woodruff, but this one's a pass. No need. Angels +2. I'm not going out for the Angels. Not a cash cow. It is not a cash cow. No. Or Angels team total over 3.5 against Woodruff is going to be tricky. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I can. All right, the matchup got normalized yesterday. Although yesterday's game between the Yankees and the Twins definitely got a little bit interesting, considering the game was 10-1. It finished 10-9. It was 10-1 after 4. 3 runs in the 5th, 4 runs in the 6th, 1 run in the 9th. They had the Twins had a legit chance to win last night. Just didn't get there for them. But the Yankees -155 with a total of 9. You got Luis Gil taking on Bradley. Gil this year has been solid. 8 starts, a 4-1 record with a 2.83 ERA in 41 innings pitched, 13 earned runs, 27 walks, and 34 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you've got Taj Bradley, who is 4 starts in, an 0-1 record, a 6.33 ERA, and 121 innings pitched. So Taj Bradley, that's since coming over to Minnesota. Sorry, because he had 21 starts for Tampa Bay. He has not been good this year. Luis Gil is going to have the pitching advantage, even though he has not really looked all that great either. But we're going to give him the pitching advantage in this one. Against, for hitting-wise, the Yankees are the number 2 team hitting in all of baseball versus righties, which makes sense. They're only behind the New York Mets. Twins down towards the bottom at 98 WRC plus. So hitting and pitching advantage both with the Yankees. And we look at the line movement in this one, why is it loaded? Lines moved from 149 to 128 for the Twins. So lines moving pretty interesting there. I kind of, if the Yankees didn't have pitching and hitting edge, I probably would look towards them, but look towards the Twins. But because of that, not going to be able to get involved in it. We're going to go ahead and pass on that, pass on the game. We'll go and look at some hitting stats, but I don't think we're going to get much from this game. Byron Buxton's 2 for 5 with a home run. Other than that, no, there's not really any hitter props that we can look at. So that'll be a pass for me. Yanks first 5. So Brewers and under, that run line must not be worth the odds. It's not to me. It's not. Yankees should smash Bradley. Should. Yankees bullpen is shaky. You could say that again. They allowed what? 8 runs yesterday in the last 4 innings. Whenever I tell Nick's bets, I win. Well, Nick doesn't bet anymore. Over 9, a little juicy, -120. See, I'm all right with 120. Once it hits after 130, then I'm out. Buxton's having a career year. Yeah, and it's unfortunate that the Twins are doing absolutely nothing with it, or they did absolutely nothing with it, because it would have been great to see him have an even bigger year. But we will keep on going because this one's actually be a good game because Cole Reagans is back for the Royals. I'm surprised to see him back, considering that I thought he was going to be out the rest of the year. But we got Cole Reagans against Bryce Miller. Miller this year, 15 starts, a 4-5 record with a 5.59 ERA and 75 2/3 innings pitched, 47 earned runs, 29 walks, and 64 strikeouts. Solid, or not solid. Not solid at all. My bad. He's been rough, but Reagans has 2, and Reagans hasn't pitched since June. He has 10 starts this year, a 2-3 record with a 5.19. So what I'm going to do in this game, I'm going to give Bryce Miller the pitching edge, but I'm not going to put too much stock into it. Mariners against lefties are top 6 in baseball at a 106 WRC plus. The Royals against righties are 93 WRC plus, which is not good. So we've got that. Mariners have the pitching edge. Have the hitting edge and pitching edge. And we look towards the line movement, where line's moving towards Kansas City. So we're going to end up staying off this game, and that's with all the money coming in on the Mariners. So very interesting there. I guess it would be my numbers are saying Mariners, the market's saying Royals, so it's going to be a pass. Rangers and Astros up next. What about the over 8.5? I don't hate it. Well, let me look at hitting stats real quick because I could kind of help out with that. Although I don't really think they've seen each other. Oh, they're in the same league. Nobody really having that great of numbers. Yeah, this one will be just a pass. If anything, maybe look towards Crawford against Reagans, but no. I could see an over, but I'm not gonna take it. We got 3 games left. We got the Rangers and the Astros. Rangers minus 135, 7.5 total. We got Jacob deGrom taking on Christian Javier. Jacob deGrom is going to have the pitching advantage in this one right off the rip. 28 starts, a 12-7 record, 2.82 ERA, 162 2/3 innings pitched, 51 earned runs, 35 walks, and 171 strikeouts. He's coming off of his first start in Citi Field since leaving the Mets. So that was probably more of an emotional game for him. And so maybe you might see a little bit of a drop-off, but also this is a divisional rival, so he shouldn't. But deGrom's looked great all year. Christian Javier has been shaky, but he's also only pitched 6 times this year to a 1-3 record with a 4.78 ERA, 26 1/3 innings pitched, 14 earned runs, 13 walks, and 26 strikeouts. Pitching advantage deGrom. I'm happy to see him pitching well. Hitting advantage is probably Houston, because Texas, 98 WRC. Oh, they're tied. They're both at 98 WRC plus, so it really does not matter for hitting advantage. We go and we look at the line movement for this game, where it's going towards Texas from 125 to 135, and that's with the money moving the right way. We'll go ahead and grab Texas, and I want to see what the actually would be Texas run line, and I would want to see what the strikeout prop is for deGrom. It's over deGrom over 6.5 strikeouts at plus 130. So we're going to take deGrom over strikeouts as well. I like it. Rangers first 5. Yeah. Astros won't score 6 runs today. I hope they wouldn't. This is a barn burner of a matchup here. Second to last game, we got the Marlins and the Rockies. Rockies 41 and 110. Dear fucking God. That's why the Marlins are minus 160 with a total of 10.5. Weathers versus Brown. Weathers this year has pitched all of 6 times to a 2.73 ERA, 29 2/3 innings pitched, 9 earned runs, 8 walks, 27 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got Brown, who has pitched, I'm guessing 4 times this year. He's allowed, they're not going to be the numbers, 15 earned runs in 12 innings. So he hasn't pitched a lot, and he has not looked good. So pitching advantage towards the Marlins. Hitting advantage, I'm already going to give it to the Marlins because the Rockies are dead last in every single category. So I can never give the Rockies a hitting advantage. In terms of line movement, there is no line movement, and that's with all the money on the Marlins. I'm passing on this game. If you feel the need to bet a September game between the Marlins and the Rockies, there's a number called 1-800-GAMBLER. Call it. Mariners. I don't hate the Mariners play today. Sharks to win the Western Conference. With all due respect, you're insane. Under 10.5. No, I can't do the under. I don't think I could do an under there. Rams to win the NFC. That I could see. Rams winning the division, not the NFC. I can see Rams winning the NFC. I can. I think they have enough to do that. But final game of the day, we get the Phillies and the Dodgers. And I believe, if I've read this right, I believe the Phillies are going for the sweep. Yep, because it's the last game of the series. Phillies are going for the sweep in this one. The Dodgers minus 150 with a total of 7.5. You got Jesus Lizard and Blake Snell. Jesus Luzardo this year has pitched in 30 games, a 14-6 record with a 4.03 ERA, 169 and 2/3 innings pitched, 76 earned runs, 56 walks, and 200 strikeouts. He has been outstanding this year. I was worried about him going into the playoffs. I'm not worried about the playoffs anymore for the Phillies. They'll be just fine. I think they probably end up winning the National League. Blake Snell has pitched 9 times this year for a 4-4 record with a 2.79 ERA, 48 and 1/3 innings pitched, 15 earned runs, 22 walks, and 55 strikeouts. I'm giving the pitching advantage to Jesus Luzardo. And then hitting advantage, the Dodgers have it 112 WRC+. The Phillies are sitting at 107. So both of these two teams can hit lefties. So I'm not as worried about that. We look at the line movement in this game. I don't have that on DK. Let's go look at consensus. Because they took away my bet online. No real line movement in this game. It's opened up at 150, 149. It's down to 147. So not a whole lot of line movement in this game. With money coming on the Dodgers, it's probably Phillies again. Not going to bet it though. We're going to go take a look to see if anybody on the teams have good stats against them, because that's going to be important. So we can look at some player props. Freddie Freeman is 3 for 8. Other than that, nothing really over there. Bryce Harper's 1 for 8 with a home run. Realmuto is 5 for 15 with a home run. Schwarber is 2 for 9 with a home run. If you want to go any of those guys, fine. I'm going to end up staying off that game to end the day. Phillies. I can see Phillies. It's Jesus Day. Phillies money line once again. It's been good to me. You know what? I'm going to grab the Phillies. I'm grabbing the Phillies. Phillies money line. Nick is asking Ian Seymour under strikeouts. Sure. I don't expect him to go super deep into the game. What is that number? Because I want it. I believe the strikeout prop for that one. That's minus 145. So I can't really do that. If you can get a better number for it, then sure, but I can't do that. Florida State Seminoles. It's another good future bet, I think. I think you're buying in too high on them at this point. It was a lean towards Michigan. I didn't bet the game. Lean towards Michigan. Didn't bet the game. Flaherty over strikeouts from the TikTok chat. Flaherty's strikeout numbers are still up, so I don't hate it. I'm on the opposite side with Gavin Williams strikeout, so that's where I went. But that is going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'll be back again tomorrow with another one. There's not really a whole lot of games tomorrow. There are 10 games tomorrow and a football game. So we'll be back again tomorrow with another edition. Peace out, guys.